Hello dear students and welcome to EduTap. Guys, I hope the final day of your exam is over and I hope all of you have done well in this paper. So guys, this session is about the descriptive English part that you just did, right? So guys, let's start with interaction, guys. How was your experience? How was the interface? Were you able to finish the paper on time or not? And how was the level of questions? Were you prepared for such topics? Because what we have received up till now is basically, guys, I think the essay topics. I think there were 4 essay topics this time, and let me just pull it down to you for you. So guys, let's first discuss the essay topics that were given to you. I think as we discussed during our preparation, guys, I think all of us knew that these topics will be an amalgamation of, it will be, what can we say? It will be based on different verticals altogether, right? So guys, the first topic I think was importance of teamwork, right? It was about importance of teamwork, which was basically based on your management. So guys, if you had read management properly, now this would be, I think, a good topic to write on. But there were other topics. Let's look at them. Second topic, I think, was fake news and how to identify them, right? So it was based on fake news and how to identify them. So that was basically based on your current affairs, the fake news that we see all across or we see around us. So that was, this topic was based on your current affairs. Third topic was pros and cons of mergers and acquisitions, right? So pros and cons of mergers and acquisitions of companies, right? So it was about, I think it was based on your finance once again, right? And the fourth topic was, I think, how can financial crime be prevented with the help of technology? So how to prevent financial crime with help of technology, right? So I think, guys, this was also quite a subtle topic to be discussed here. So guys, yes, pros and cons of mergers and acquisition. And so guys, these were the 4 essay topics I think that were given to you. So guys, we can put it this way. Now this was basically based on your management part, right? Now this could be your current affairs, what has been happening in the with the fake news and how to identify them. So that was, I think, your current affairs based on, if you and general identification of the topic as well. Now mergers and acquisition, that was based on your finance, right? And I think how to prevent financial crime, that is also somewhere based on your current affairs and finance as well. Right guys, so these were the topics. So guys, do let me know how was your experience, which topic did you choose to write on. Yes guys, so do tell me. You can just put in number 1, number 2, number 3 or number 4, so I'll get the idea. So guys, did you choose the easy topic or did you choose the best topic, that the most factual information, most data that you had about? Although we had prepared a lot about different essays, but I think you could have used a lot of facts and data in fake news or how to prevent financial crime. But basically guys, I think we could have understood that we could have used the steps taken by the government for this, that is banning of all these Chinese apps, right? So that is also a way to understand how to basically fight crime with technology. So that includes financial crime. So that was the reason the government banned those apps. So that was one good relevant example for that, right? And there were many other things which could have been used. Now, while we are writing about importance of teamwork, it's a very simple topic here. And if you have read management, you could have included a lot of a lot of terminology, a lot of facts that you read, the importance of teamwork in an organization, right? Again, about fake news, you could have written plenty. I think it was not a difficult topic per se. Now, pros and cons of mergers in companies, that was a bit, a bit inclined towards your knowledge-based essays. And same with topic number 4, how to prevent financial crime with help of, I think, technology, right? Right. So basically, guys, if I say, so guys, if we had to write everything, so guys, basically your structure of your essay should have been, start with a fact or a data. So always begin with some eye-opening examples. So I hope you did that. Then while you are writing the body of the essay, then you have to underline or you have to highlight different aspects in different paragraphs of the topic, right? And then you have to give a way forward in your conclusion. That what else could be done or what else would provide a better approach or a better strategy for this particular issue. So that should have been your, let's say, state of mind, how to draft your essay there. So many of you are telling me that you are right about mergers and acquisition. Mahalakshmi, very good. Ronit wrote about importance of teamwork, very good. Vaishnavi wrote about teamwork. Who appoints special auditor of the company? Yeah. And guys, Anchit sir will be taking the next session for your paper 2 for any question based on finance, economy. So all that will be discussed by Anchit sir. This session we are discussing about descriptive English, guys. All right, Rohit also wrote about that. Vaishnavi, okay, fake news. All right, got it, guys. Yes, guys. So, which topic did you write about? Importance of teamwork? Yes, guys. Which was the topic that you undertook? Yes, guys. So, was it about? So, I'll just brief it down. Was it about teamwork? What did you write about, guys? That's what I'm asking. Second would be about fake news. How to identify fake news. So that was the topic. Mergers and acquisition, pros and cons of mergers and acquisitions. Mergers and acquisitions of companies, right? And fourth topic was, I think, how to prevent financial crime. Yes, guys. Let's see what you wrote about. So most of you wrote about teamwork because you must have read finance well. So some of you wrote about fake news, mergers and acquisitions, very good. Importance of teamwork, very good, Nidhi. The role of technology in financial crime, very good, Vipin. But removed by directors. Okay, guys, you started discussing something very different. Yes, guys. So this was these were your topics, and I hope. And guys, another surprise that we were expecting. The word limit for essay was 200 words this time. So as as we discussed in the sessions, because he had already reduced the weightage of essay. This time the weightage for essay was 30 marks, right? So basically, guys, so this was about 30 marks. that's why they had reduced the word limit. So you should have finished your essay by 15 to 17 minutes. Right? This was about essay, guys. Question attempt nahi ho paya, Rishabh. Why? I don't think the paper was very lengthy. So guys, considering all the practice that we went through, I think you should have been able to finish this test within 1 hour. It was not very lengthy, although passage was a bit lengthier, and we expected that. I told you that you should expect 5 questions, not 3 questions this time. Remember? So I had already informed all my students that please be ready for 5 questions, because the weightage for reading comprehension has been increased. So guys, what did you write about? Fake news. All right, Nirmal, very good. Mergers, very good, Kamal. We didn't have to take approval. Niharika, please don't discuss. Yaar, ye platform uska nahi hai. Let's discuss about descriptive English. Anchit sir will help you out with whatever doubt you have regarding that. Right. There is no negative marking, Jacko, but if you do not follow the word limit, or if you write wrong answers, then obviously it would lead to deduction of marks. But that does not mean it will have negative marking. Arsene, Pressy, different passages? What are you talking about, Mahalakshmi? I think Pressy, okay, I think the reading comprehension was about money as an idea, right? So let's come to that point as well. Yes, guys. So I think reading comprehension. I think the passage was basically for reading comprehension. I think the passage was basically money as an idea, right? And I think there were many things which were discussed in this passage. I think money as a commodity. Then I think he started with the history of money, how money, how the evolution of money took place, and then how how what's the importance of money now. So I think money as an idea was discussed as a passage. I think, and there were 5 questions based on it. I think what I know now. I think how money is intangible. I think one question was this: how money is, I think, intangible. Having money versus being wealthy, right? I think there was another question, which was having money versus being healthy. Being wealthy. That was another question which I remember, and I think there was a question on evolution of money as well, right? So I think if there were 5 questions for 40 marks, so basically, guys, if there were 5 questions for 40 marks, so basically what you had to remember that your answer has to be relevant, and at the same time you should know the word limit. So we discussed it a lot of times. For 1 word, we had to write, for 1 mark, you had to write 10 words. So 40 questions, 5 questions, that means every question was for 8 marks, right? So for 8 marks, you had to write around 80 words per answer. So for each answer, you had to write about around 80 words. So that was a simplified idea, right? Calculator would not be given in English. Why do you need a calculator in English? Jacko, if it was 200 words and you wrote 234, I think probably 1 mark will be deducted, because I told you there's a 10% above and below limit. So if the word limit was 200, you could have gone up to 220 or stayed up to 180. But anything beyond that, that would probably lead to deduction of marks. So, but don't worry about it. If you've written well, 5-10 words really do not matter, right? So don't worry about it, Jacko. All right. Pressy was about behavioral economics. Was a bit difficult, come on. Yes. So it was about Pressy was about there was a passage about behavioral economics and how to understand. I know it was a bit tricky, but money for RC and behavioral finance for Presi. Yeah, very, very good, Mahalakshmi. Right, importance of teamwork, why money is an idea question, very good. Good attempts. क्या लगता है कितने होंगे? Yes, Rishabh. So guys, first of all, please do share it with me that were you able to finish your exam, finish your test on time or not? Yes, guys. And I think Presi was about for again 30 marks, and I think they've changed the word limit for Presi this time. Instead of 150, I think they gave you 170 words, right? So that's, I told you to be ready for any surprises, because I knew that is the reason they had changed the word limit this time, the marks weightage, and that is the reason they have changed the word limit. Essay for 200 words to keep it short and concise. Then Presi, it was a long passage, difficult passage to understand. That's why they've changed the word limit to 170. And then reading comprehension, they gave you 5 questions. So they tried to make it as tricky as possible for you. But I think we had discussed everything about this paper before the exam. Remember on the session, on the session that we took day before yesterday and before that, I did discuss with you that you should be careful and you should be ready for any surprises they may throw at you this time. So guys, I think, and the Presi was for about, right, behavioral finance. Guys, how was your experience? Now, please do share that with me. So guys, were you nervous? Were you able to finish your exam on time or not? Yes, guys, Presi and RC different passage. Although I was expecting a big passage, but same passage for both. But even I was surprised when I heard that they had given you 2 different passages, one for RC and one for reading comprehension. Guys, first of all, were you all able to finish your test within the time limit? Somebody told me that he was not able to write 1 question for reading comprehension. That means you've attempted for 92 marks. Out of 92, let's see what you score. Right, guys? Very good. What is money and idea? Yes, Chakodev, that was one question. Idea of money as per author. Very good, Harsha. So you had to interpret what the author basically tried to convey, not your own opinion, right? Sir, RBI Grade B exam difficulty phase 1, please reply. Shalu, how can I tell about the exam difficulty before the exam? But it will be, I think if you've appeared for SEBI, then probably you would know that it would be higher than SEBI. And RBI has different type of questions in them, right? So please look at the question pattern. 44 attempts in paper 2. Kunal, all right. 42, all right, Ashu. The English exam was lengthy, Presi was too tough. Very good. Plus, we got 2 different paragraphs. I know, Shweta. That's what I was, worried about, because I was expecting this, but I really thought that there would be 2 paragraphs, but both would be easy. One would be easy to comprehend, and one would be easy to, bring it down to a Presi. But surprisingly, he gave you 2 different paragraphs, and he made he made one difficult and one moderate. So all in all, it was, the paper was, I won't say it was easy, I won't even say it was moderate. It was somewhere in between moderate to difficult, considering 2 different paragraphs and the change in scenario that we saw during the exam. So I think it was a bit on the difficult side, but let's see how it pans out. And that's, I think, what we prepared for in our courses, that you should be ready for anything and everything, because he may give you 2 passages, he may give you 5 questions. So that's how he's going to segregate the students, the good ones from bad ones. That's how the filtration will start now. Whosoever has not been able to finish the exam within the allotted time, they will be left out. Then all those who have finished their exam on time but have made grammatical mistakes or typos, so guys, that would be considered now. So guys, do tell me, how was the interface of the paper? Was it good? Your experience of typing and everything. Did you have to scroll down and up a lot, or was it easy to manage? Yes, guys, please do share that with me as well. Okay, Kaushik was able to finish on time but couldn't recheck. All right, Kaushik, let's keep the fingers crossed. Paper 1 was easy and doable. All right, there's the title of the Pressy. Absolutely, Kamal. I told you, Pressy never goes without a title. Pressy always has to have a title here. Reach 3 questions in time. Very good, Rakesh. Good job. Paper 2 was difficult. Okay, Ravi. Sufficient time. All right, Alok says there was a sufficient time. 41 attempt in paper 2. Okay, exactly. Paper 2 was tough. All right. Sir, I also wrote 230 plus. You shouldn't have done that. But it's okay. Let's see. 42 in paper 2, 90% accuracy. Very good, Priyanshu. Good job. Then you selected. Very good. As guided, I was first for RC, then to Pressy. Very good, Vitara. But to my surprise, Pressy was a different one. I know. I was also surprised here. What's a good score in paper 1? Looking at the paper, Mahalakshmi, I would say 70, above 70 would be a very good score, right? Above 70 would be an excellent score in this paper. But considering the number of students who have appeared, I think the cutoff will also be quite high this time. So difficulty has gone up. So you don't expect that the cutoff will go below because of the difficulty. I think, cutoff will stay exactly somewhere what it was around last time, 66, 67. That would be cutoff. And above 70, 72, I would say would be a good attempt in this paper. All right. Bad interface, Ravi. Scroll right and left. Very bad interface. I told you guys to be ready for the interface. I told you... Very good, Kunal. Good job. I told you there would be dialog boxes, and you have to fight a lot with the interface. I told you to practice it beforehand. Not at all easy. I know, Gargi, it was difficult to manage. Interface was pathetic. I told you, Ashutosh, that's what happened with all our NABARD students. They were given 400-word essay to write, and I faced. I felt their. I sympathized with them that they had to go through all that. So to write 400-word essay. So similarly, now I told you to be prepared for that interface that you may see there. And I think it was what we discussed under the questions. There were dialog box and you had to scroll left and right. So anybody who has not practiced for that would be, it would look difficult to everyone. I know interfaces like that always. I know, Vitara, that's how it was. Interface was 90s. Okay. Interface was not that good. User interface horrible. Had to scroll side. I know, Manas. I told you that you have to do that. Absolutely, Priyanshu. 35 questions of paper to any chance. Let's wait for the result. War era gaming. इतने अभी हम फ्री हैं तो PUBG खेल लेते हैं थोड़े दिन ना. Right. So had to scroll horizontally every time. It was difficult. I know, Rakesh. It was difficult. 265 for RC and for 5 question 8 5s are 40. थोड़ा कम लिखा है Mayank. You should have elaborated more. You should have elaborated your answers because the requirement was for 5 questions for 80 words. That would be around 400 words. So you should have elaborated. But let's see how it pans out. I know it was extremely poor. Keyboards were pathetic. Interface was pathetic. I can relate to that. Paper 2 was difficult. Everybody has said so, guys. So guys, let's keep the fingers crossed now. I think let's see how it pans out. But I would say if there were 2 passages, right? One for Pressy and one for reading comprehension, right? So if you were able to write a good Pressy, you would be able to score, let's say, out of 30 marks. If you had written the Pressy the way we discussed, not summarizing it, but making an organic whole, an organic brief of the passage, then you would score around 20, 21, 22 easily. Then after that, if you were able to write ample answers in your reading comprehension, out of 40, if you've finished and if you've written 80 words for each and every answer, and if the answers are relevant, you'll be able to score 30, 32 marks. That makes it 52. And for essay, everybody would be able to finish essay for 200 words. I think you would be scoring around 21, 22, 23. So I think if you only score decent, if you only score decent marks in different modules of this paper, you would be able to score above 70, guys. So I told you to be prepared for any surprises that he may throw at you because of the, the change in the word weightage. of the mark weightage of Pressy, reading comprehension and close test. So we expected that, and I think I told all my students to be ready for any surprises. So for RC, yes, you have to elaborate, Mr. Nilesh. More line, I mean, yes, you need to elaborate. That's why they call it descriptive English, Nilesh, right? Abhinav, sorry. Abhinav, thank you for the kind words here. Paper 2 was difficult. That is, everybody agrees with that, Vishnu. Paper 2 was difficult. 42, 44, 37, 33. So that's what the an average score or an average attempt is. Yes, same interface in RBI, Rajat. So please be prepared for that. A similar, not exactly same, but a similar interface will be there in RBI as well. Let's see how much words. Vitara, 170 words, I think. That was the word limit for Pressy. So at any cost, you should not have exceeded 170 in a Pressy. So guys, were you able to write your Pressy within 170 words, or did you exceed it? Just type yes or no in the chat box. So were you able to finish your Pressy within 170 words? Yes or no? I know, Ashu, I told in my sessions that this would be the interface that you will be facing in this paper and you should be ready for it. Questions were easy, as in, like, I mean, they were not easy, but you can call it moderate. If you had practiced, then I think you would have done it. In between 160 to 80 words would do. Right, Ashu? I'm gone then. Only 90 words, Vitara. For what? 90 words for Pressy? No, cutoff cannot go above 70, Niharika. Highest would be around 78 or 79. Let's say 80. That would be the highest. So above 70 cannot be the cutoff, but the cutoff would be somewhat around 67 or 68. That's what I anticipate, but let's see how it works out, guys. Pressy 169, very good. No. Lavanya was not able to finish the Pressy within 170 words. All right, 172, Jaco, very well done. 169, very good, Push Branch. Absolutely, Siddesh, 172 is perfectly all right. 168 is very good. Kirtan, 168, very good. Kaushik, 174, all right. 163, 140. Jayesh, all right. You should have added one more sentence, Jayesh. Naveen, 150, perfectly all right. Very good, Mayank. Keyboard was extremely, I know, Jayesh. That's what we have to face. Yeah, I also don't think that cutoff would go up to 70, but 66, 67, 68, that's what I assume. Yeah, that's sufficient enough. 180, Gagan, you should not have exceeded the word limit in a Pressy, but let's see how it pans out. So my essay Pressy was exactly to the mention and comprehension, all answers within Sainath, you should have elaborated a bit more in your reading comprehension, but if you were able to finish all the answers within 300 words, I think that's doable. Different passage, I know, even I was not expecting that, Nidesh. Although you had asked me, sir, would there be one passage or two? Although I believed that if there would be one essay for 250 words, then he'll not give two passages. But what he did was, he gave you an essay for 200 words, and where he compromised that, he gave you two different passages for your, one for your Pressy and one for your reading comprehension. So, but that's what this paper is all about, performing under pressure. 183, Niharika shouldn't have done that. Should have, should have limited your Pressy up to 170. 221, not good, Pushparaj. Essay 221 is perfectly all right, Pushparaj. You're talking about Pressy. Essay 221, perfectly all right. 167, Kunal, very well done. 70% cutoff, I think 50. No, not 50, Vishal, itna niche bhi nahi jayega. But I think it would be around 60, 62, 63, 65, 67. That's what I believe. Because look at the number of students appearing here. 13,000 students. So please don't expect the cutoff to go quite below. Yeah, perfectly all right. Rishabh, 208, perfectly all right. A simple, but to the interface, yes, everybody lost time due to the interface, and I told you guys that would be the interface. 30 questions, right in objective, sufficient. Sugant Ramesh, Anchit sir will be taking another session for this, so he will be in a better position to help you out with that. Exact 200 was very well done. 178 Kaushik, not bad, right? So yeah, Sundar, Anchit sir will be taking a session, very soon, and he'll be able to help you out with the with paper 2. Any doubts or any questions if you have about paper 2, guys? Anchit sir will be taking up will be taking up another session. So guys, all in all, what I believe. So guys, all in all, what I believe about this paper, what I felt about this paper, it was not very difficult. I mean, I'm talking about paper 1. Descriptive English was not very difficult, but I knew many students will face problem with the interface. And guys, let's hope so. We are also coming up with, we will be coming up with another session for paper 2. But for paper 1, I knew that students will face a difficulty with the interface, as we discussed in our sessions. That you should practice, probably on a word pad or on a dialog box, if you find it somewhere, so that you get used to that. And typing on a laptop is different from typing on a keyboard on a computer, so you should also practice that. But there were some surprises as well in the paper. So guys, I hope I think you should not be too scared, but let's keep the fingers crossed. So this time I knew it was going to be a tricky paper. I knew it was going to be something very different to surprise the students, because that's how they are going to filter 13,000 students, right guys? So what I can say right now is, Avinash, there will be another session, I told you, taken up by. Yeah, as in whole, it was not very difficult, Nidish, as I said, but it was not very easy as well. We can call it moderate, but due to the interface and typing and scrolling, that makes it a bit, let's say, irritating kind of attempt. But you have to go through that. That's what everyone has to face, right, guys? Rechecking must be done, Sainath. That's absolutely important. Proofreading is very important. Nilesh, you should have elaborated here. For 40 marks, if you only wrote 200 words, that means for 1 mark you only wrote what? 5 words. So can we expect that the evaluator can score you 1 mark for every 5 words? I think a sentence is 10-12 words long. For 1 sentence, you cannot expect 2 marks. So for 8 marks, you had to write around 80 words per answer. That's what we had already discussed in our sessions, guys. Alignment of essay would matter. No, Jayesh. If you have just made paragraphs, in a proper format, that would matter. But alignment of essay, I don't think that would play a very big role here. So don't worry about that. Cutoff, Niharika, according to me, for English, I am saying, guys, I was talking 67, 68 about English, not the aggregate cutoff. What I meant by 67, 66, 67 or 68 cutoff, that was for descriptive English. So that would be the cutoff, and then the weightage actually is 1/3, so it will work accordingly, right? So, but what I would feel is that on such type of paper, students who have actually prepared for it, they should actually score 65, 67. That would be the cutoff. That's what I feel. I told you, Ashu, I think cutoff would be 65, 66 or 67. Next session is just after this, Priyanshu, so don't worry. I know, Amit, but I had already told you in my previous session to all my students that word limit is not usually mentioned in reading comprehension, but we need to understand this is a descriptive English paper. And for 2 or 3 sentences, if you expect he is going to score you 7 or 6 out of 8 marks for 2 or 3 sentences, I don't think that's viable. So I had already informed all my students that please write elaboratively, please elaborate your answers, otherwise you will not be able to score good marks in this, right? Cutoff 30%, I know. What I mean by cutoff 30% is when you talk about aggregate cutoff, I'm not giving you a separate cutoff, there will not be a separate cutoff obviously, but I'm just telling you an average marks. So cutoff here, what I mean is an average marks. So most of the students will be able to score 65, 66 marks. So that would be, I am considering, at the line where you have to score far above that, because we were aiming for 75 or 80, remember? So I think we had prepared a lot about this in our sessions and in our courses, and I think that would have helped you a lot. Get into that habit of typing and write everything within 1 hour. So it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of practice as well. So that's what I mean by that. Essay incomplete, Neha, should have done that. So only 1,000 people appeared in legal stream. Amit, let's see, let's wait for the cutoff. I can't comment on that. Yes, Tushar, you can. Keep the fingers crossed. Amit, I'm not sure about legal. Let's see how it pans out. So it depends. Yeah. Okay, Ashutosh, you meant for essay. All right. No issues, guys. So what I basically feel now is, guys, the paper was not too difficult. It was not too easy, but we can call it somewhere in between moderate and difficult, right? Due to the interface and everything. That's what I'm saying. 60-65 is achievable because most of that would be taken by everyone, right? Kansha, when can we expect the results? Hopefully very soon. Let's keep fingers crossed once again. We are expecting the results to be out quite soon because SEBI has already started working towards this, finishing off or quickly, be done with the recruitment for 2020. So they'll be looking, to finalize and give you the results as soon as possible. Naveen, that's what I was answering. So guys, that was analysis for English paper. And let's hope, and I wish, and I hope that all of you crack this paper and all of you score very well. So after this, Anchit sir will be, not in this session, there will be another session wherein Anchit sir will be discussing your whole paper 2, right? Finance and management, and every question that you have, that will be taken up by Anchit sir in the next session. But guys, before we end this session, this is our contact number. If you wish to, guys, if you wish to contact us for anything. No. Yes. So if you wish to contact us for anything, please feel free to, please feel free to contact us on this number. Yes, guys. So this is our contact number, 8146207241. So if you have any doubts or if you have any queries, guys, you can contact us on this number, 8146207241, or you can also drop us an email at hello@edutap.co.in. So that's our email ID, and this is our website, guys, www.edutap.co.in. And I wish all of you all the very best for this paper, and I hope that you come out with flying colors, and all my wishes are with you. So just stay positive, right, and keep on working hard, guys, and keep on preparing. And I wish you all the very, very best in life for all your endeavors in your life. So keep on working in a positive direction and be optimistic, and let's see how it pans out, right, guys? So thank you so much for joining in, and thank you so much for letting us know about your experience. Guys, it was a very fruitful session, and I wish from the bottom of my heart, I really wish everyone a lot of luck and a lot of success in life, right? So thank you so much, guys. Take care. Bye-bye, and happy learning to all.